Here we are, Highlands TV. We're here at Choices Flooring, the grand opening. Got a lot of locals inside, got a lot of personalities. We're going to go in, have a chat, see what's going on. Catering's good as well, Oz. Let's go in. Looks very exciting afternoon here, Oz. We're with Rod Preston, the Managing Director of Choices Flooring, the grand opening here in the Southern Highlands. How are you, Rob?
I'm extremely well, thanks Mark. How are you?
Well, good, and you're very tall. I usually don't get to interview someone so tall. But listen, Rob, how long have you been in the Southern Highlands for?
Born and bred, Mark. Born and bred, yes.
Where did you go to school?
Initially Gumnut.
Gumnut?
I'm a Gumnut old boy, does that count?
A very special guest with us this afternoon at Choices Flooring, John Fahey. How are you?
I'm good.
Now listen, just off camera, we were just asking you about the Highlands. I mean, you actually went to school here, is that correct?
I did. I had 5 years boarding at Chevalier, way back in those years when
They used to board.
we used to board. There were certainly no girls at the school, and many more boarders than day students. Total population of the school of I think about 320 students.
Wow.
So a small school compared to today, but good times. I enjoyed it very much, and pleased in later life to be able to come back down and live here.
Now listen, how long, Michelle, have you lived in the Highlands for?
Nearly 25 years.
25.
Yeah, I can't
That's
be called a
more than
blow-in
yours.
anymore.
No, it's not. No. What, I mean,
Yeah.
is that when you're considered a local, is it?
When I came, you had to be here 8 years,
Right.
and then after 8 years, it sort of got extended. Now most of us are blow-ins, so it's okay.
Wow.
No,
That's
then we
fantastic.
moved away. My dad was in the police force here in the 60s, moved in those days. You got told where to go, so we headed out west for a short while.
Yeah.
I moved back here 22 years ago with my family and haven't left, and I love it. It's great.
Fantastic. What's your favourite thing about the Highlands?
The weather.
The weather. We like that.
We like the weather.
We
We
do.
like the distinct seasons. It's fabulous.
Now listen, why flooring? How did you get into it?
That's all I've ever done. So from the moment I left school, that's all. That's it. I've had one industry,
One industry.
flooring all my life.
You're very fortunate.
34 years this year.
34 years in the Highlands doing flooring.
Well, not quite, but just about. Yeah, very good.
What do you like about the Highlands?
Look, I think it's the fact that you are in the country. You've got the best of all worlds. You're close enough to the coast if you want the water, close enough to the big city if you want to go there occasionally, and I don't mind going occasionally, and far enough away from all of those things to have the tranquility, the seasons, and good communities, good people.
That's right. Now, why are you here tonight? Do you know Rod?
We are very good friends with Rod and Lisa. We're actually his next door neighbours.
All right, well, I've been there because I've dropped my son off as well.
And he's done our house. The new floors, the new shutters, the new everything, new tiles. He's done everything.
So we can come to your house and have a good look.
You can come to my house. I'm a very good advertisement for Rod. Yeah.
So listen, what's happening here this afternoon in Cavendish Street, Mittagong?
Well, we have our brand new store. This is our grand opening. We've taken a couple of months to get everything set up. Choices Flooring is the largest and fastest growing flooring group in Australia. There's 142 individual members. We have a new concept store here, and this is the first in New South Wales to be built with the state-of-the-art technology, lighting and information systems here, as well as all the latest and greatest products on display.
Fantastic. And all the food and wine and drinks, it's all pretty full on.
I notice you're enjoying that.
Well, I haven't partook of it yet.
Well, you've got your eye on it.
But I'm just saying, I walked out into the warehouse, there's a forklift there, Oz, and there's a whole pile of other stuff. But listen, so, I mean, what got you into flooring? I mean, what was it that...
Oh look, I finished high school and I was a little bit lost. I had no idea what I was going to do. A neighbour of mine who was already in flooring said, "Look, I'm going to work in a new business. Would you like to come and work for me?" And that's pretty much it. I've been there ever since. I didn't do a gap year. I didn't take holidays in Europe. I didn't go and sit on the beach. So I finished school one day and literally started work the next.
Yeah. How are you, mate?
Good, very well.
Now listen, I hear that you know Rod for 20 years.
Yeah, I've known Rod for a long time. So being involved in the real estate, he's done all our carpet for 20 odd years, from my first house actually.
Excellent.
Yep.
Your own house as well?
Our own home, yep.
Right. Still got the carpet?
No, sold that house a long time ago. Being a real estate agent, you don't stay there too long.
That's right. Now listen, are you a Highlands boy?
Yeah, I've lived here all my life.
Right.
Yep.
And
Never left, unfortunately.
Never left. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, why run away from somewhere you like?
Exactly.
Now, how did you end up opening this today? We're going to get a shot of you doing that later on, but I mean, do you know Rod? I mean, how did
it comes down to being a customer?
Yes.
I lived originally in Camden, and when we built our first home, moved into in the early 70s. Rod was employed by Fowler's Carpets at Narellan.
Right. Yes,
he looked after us then. We replaced carpet from time to time. He looked after us. We moved to Barrel. We built the house in Burradoo. He put the carpets in there, and he's replaced carpets there from time to time. So I can say that we've had an association of in excess of 30 years with Rod, mainly through the product he's got and the service he gave.
Now listen, what's your favourite restaurant in the Highlands?
Oh, I have many.
Give us one.
Toshi's is a bit of a favourite.
Oh, yes.
We like Toshi's, and Josh's Cafe at Berrimah's a distinct favourite.
Very good. Very well. You need to have a flooring business if you go to Toshi's, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's got one of my floors in there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. When we had a fair bit of work on, and I really appreciate all the hard work and the effort that the kids have put in, and Felice for all his support and love. Thank you, darling. She's one in a million, my wife. She's just beautiful.
We've spoken to Rod, and we've got his lovely wife, Lisa. How are you, Lisa?
I'm well, and thank you for coming to see us today.
Oh, it's been wonderful. I mean, the food is fantastic. I mean, and I see a lot of locals in there that should usually be at the pub, but they're here. So, you know, something's going right.
This is the place to be. This is where it happens.
It is the place to be. Now, tell us, what is your favourite thing about the Highlands, and what do you think about what's going on today?
It's the people that make the Highlands, and there are lots of creative people here today from the Highlands.
Yes.
And we've got people here today that are architects, builders, property developers, mums and dads that shop here, accountants. We've got all sorts of people here that come to use our business. So it's really great to see everyone here.
You can have a great concept, but you need the right site, but most importantly need the right people. And we were very excited when Lisa and Rod came down to Central Office, and we do a thing called a Discovery Day where they get to know us and we get to know them, and we make sure that the partnership's right. Because what we're looking for in the group is, you know, to be the best in retail floor covering in Australia, maybe Australasia, you never know. And when Rod came with his ideas and his customer service, we just thought this is fantastic. It'll be a fantastic idea to get a concept like this into regional Australia and Southern Highlands in particular.
Supporters and hopefully many clients of Choices here in Mittagong, those of you who particularly are local from the Southern Highlands. I don't know how long it is since somebody asked me to come and cut a ribbon. I'd forgotten all of those things, and that's fine, I can assure you, I don't mind.
Now, what's your favourite place to eat in the Highlands this year?
Ooh, it would be a toss-up between Josh's and Berkelow's.
See, that's the third or fourth time we've heard about Josh's. Yeah.
Yes, he's fantastic.
Now, also, I know you've got some young children.
I do.
Yeah. Do you think the Highlands is a good place for young kids?
Absolutely.
Everything you could possibly need to go on your floor. We have a rug rack over in the corner. Pete and I have some beautiful rugs there on display. There's $100 off every rug tonight if you want to buy one, so feel free. Had to get that in. The FPOS machine is over here.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Now listen, we've spoken to Rod, we've spoken to John, we've spoken to everybody in there that well, not everybody, but most people. Thanks very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
It's a great thing that this is open, and there's 142 stores, I think, Rod said.
Yes, yeah, Australia-wide, yeah, and Choices Flooring brings a new shopping experience to the Southern Highlands.
Yes, it does.
Because we've got the interactive screens here, and so it's a big investment for people to put flooring in their house, and people, you know, really don't know how it's going to look, so they can put up a picture of their house, their kitchen, their lounge room, whatever it is, and they can put the flooring that they've chosen onto the screen and see if that's what they're after before they make the investment. And they've got the education and the knowledge and experience of Rod.
It's amazing. Now, just a quick question, life after politics, what's your interests?
Look, I've just kept busy. I had the past 6 years as the president of a world international organisation, the World Anti-Doping Agency, based in Montreal. I travelled to God knows so many countries. I figure I did somewhere between 350 and 400 international legs.
So you've got a lot of frequent flyer points.
I've got a lot of frequent flyer points. A lousy body clock. It still hasn't rectified since my term expired.
Well, I'm full. I've had a lot of nibbles. I've had half a glass of white wine, local wine, Southern Highlands wine. Very interesting evening. Lots of people to talk to. It was great stuff. Here we are, signing off in Mittagong, Southern Highlands, arguably the greatest place on earth. Mark and Oz, Highlands TV.